Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Radiant Moon Tarot. My name is Victoria, and we've got your daily reading here for Wednesday, October 9th of 2024. Today is midweek motivation day here, folks. Wednesdays, if you're new to my channel, Wednesdays, by the very nature of the reading, they are timeless readings for you because we're not trying to predict any energy of today. We are opening ourselves up to messages from the cosmos and just seeing what is coming out. It can be motivation, it can be just some advice, it can be warning sometimes, right? Whatever it happens to be, this is where we're at. So whether you see this the day I post it or sometime in the future, there are messages here for you on some level. So let's open up the cards and let's see what our messages are for today. We have trick or treat, mischief, and play coming in here for you guys. All right, so the universe wants you to have more fun. All right, there's a couple different messages that come out with this particular card, right? Number one, embrace your inner child. Have some fun. Go and do something interesting. Maybe engage. We are heading into Halloween season, spooky season, right? For some people, Halloween is a day. For other people, it is a season, right? But embrace the vibe, right? Because we do have some some ghouls and goblins and things, but we also do have some fun and some play and interesting stuff. Maybe you're like, I haven't carved a pumpkin in like 10 years. And so you're encouraged to maybe go out and do that. Spend some time with your children or however it works for you. Tap into your inner child. Now, because this is a trick or treat energy, it's mischief and play. All right. So play, your inner child, have fun, all that wonderful stuff, right? But the mischief energy, okay, sometimes we can be a little bit mischievous in a fun way, but this can also be just to be aware of yourself, your surroundings, people that you're dealing with, right? Because in this energy, something may not be quite as it seems. So you would serve yourself well for asking questions, for looking beneath the surface, right? There's an illusionary quality to something here. If something doesn't feel quite right, investigate it. Okay, it may not be a red flag. It may just be like some fear or something like that, welling up within you, right? Especially if you have to have a conversation or if you're dealing with something that you've never done before, right? And so sometimes we just feel a little bit of nervous, twitchy butterflies in our stomach, and it's not necessarily that red flag. So it's always a good idea to take a step back and to just kind of, look at the big picture, ask some questions, get some more information, that kind of thing, okay? And this is whether you're dealing with situations or with people or whatever it is that's going on. Just be aware that something may not look like what it really is. And it doesn't always necessarily mean a bad thing, right? Because even though we've got ghouls and goblins here, beneath that, there's happy, dappy children, right? So, we can look at something that looks potentially scary, but then when we really have a look deeper, it's like, oh, okay, this is actually pretty good, right? And same thing, we can have the opposite effect there as well. We have find the lesson as your next message. Something has happened and it stopped you in your tracks. In reality, it was simply teaching you where you needed to grow. There is no such thing as failure, so pick yourself up, learn from it, and keep going. And we could really even just look at the reminder from children, right? Children often, well, they don't think of consequences quite often. But if they fail at something or if something doesn't work quite right, often they, kind of just try things again. So sometimes things don't work out for a purpose, for a reason. Sometimes we need to gain wisdom. Sometimes the timing isn't right for something. Sometimes all the information or all the ducks weren't quite lining up, right? Rejection is the universe's protection, right? So it doesn't mean that you should abandon all hope with something. It just means that maybe there was something that you wanted and it just didn't work out the first time for various reasons. And so this can be a time where you might find second chances, but you could also just be finding the lesson in something that has occurred in your life or something that's occurring now, right? Always a lesson, always pearls of wisdom that we can find somewhere. We have dependence as well. There's something or someone you are clinging to, and it's keeping you from stepping into your light. You have everything you need to succeed, and the only approval you need is your own. Sometimes we do let people get under our skin or get in our heads, right? So if there's, if there's someone or something holding you back, do not let words of negativity or doubt live rent-free in your head, all right? Follow your heart. Listen to your own intuition. Be authentic. Be yourself. And you will discover what it is you're looking for. You will gain some extra courage, and you will maybe even head down that path that might be uncomfortable, that is unknown, but could be incredibly rewarding. We have the Queen of Swords. Queen of Swords is never dependent on other people for answers. Queen of Swords is incredibly capable of making the right decisions. We have the Seven of Cups, some confusion energy in there, and we have the Ten of Pentacles. So the Queen of Swords, Seven of Cups, man, oh man, you're cutting through some confusion, some doubt, some worries, all right? When we have the Seven of Cups energy, it shows there might be a lot of options, there might be a lot of possibilities. You're imagining something, you're dreaming about something. And what could that possibly be? Are you looking to make change in your life? Are you dreaming about a better tomorrow? Is there something going on in your life right now where maybe you do need to use a little bit of imagination, right? All those things are wonderful, okay? But the Seven of Cups, sometimes we get a little bit overwhelmed. Sometimes there's too many possibilities. Sometimes we are living too much in our daydream world, in our fantasy land that we've got in our head. So the question is, how do we cut through to confusion? How do we make the right choices for ourselves? How do we figure out how to turn our fantasies, our dreams into reality? Because often that Seven of Cups, we are in a little bit of a fog. And sometimes here there's like excess of things, right? Seven of Cups, we can sometimes show up when there's, if we're feeling discombobulated in one part of our life, we turn to some sort of pleasures, right? Usually like alcohol and things like that, right? Think liquid, water, cups, right? And to kind of, dull some pain, or kind of just to, turn to a little bit of the dark side, right? But the Seven of Cups is, we sometimes are afraid of something. We're afraid of having a conversation. We're afraid of making a choice. We're afraid of making a change. We're afraid of heading into paths unknown. And this is why we are kind of stuck in a certain energy, or we're living our life in our daydreams. And so the Queen of Swords is coming here to say, hey, you have the ability to make the right decisions, to make the right choices for yourself. Get all the information that you need, but you ultimately need to trust your inner wisdom, and you ultimately need to trust your intuition to make the right choices for yourself, right? So we're cutting through the confusion, we're cutting through the fog, we're cutting through the fear, and we're getting clarity. We're getting a sense of purpose in this energy. The Queen of Swords, by the way, can also show up to help us and to show that we do need to put up boundaries. If there's anyone good at putting up boundaries, it is the Queen of Swords. Putting up boundaries within ourselves to not let other people dictate how we live our life. Boundaries with other people to say, hey, thank you very much for your advice, but you know what? I need to go on my own, or I know what I need to do. Okay. That kind of thing. So when we get that Queen of Swords energy, it's establishing boundaries, re-establishing boundaries, and enforcing those boundaries, right? So sometimes it's hard. Sometimes it can be exhausting to really, continue to enforce boundaries, especially if people are constantly, overstepping or meddling, right? Things like that. And it can be really exhausting to continuously have those conversations, but sometimes that's what we need to do. But ultimately, you might be trying to make a really important decision right now, but there's something holding you back, right? There's something, and it's like, you know what? You might not necessarily consciously be thinking it, but something in your subconscious, you might be like, oh, forget it, I give up. Let's go for happy hour. Let's go have a beer. Something along those lines. But the options are there. The possibilities are there. And we do also have the Ten of Pentacles. Ten of Pentacles is a wonderful energy. It's abundance in your life. It's success and prosperity, stability and security, especially with your home, your family, all these wonderful things. So you could be, imagining a better life, right? Imagining a more prosperous, abundant, fulfilling life. You might be imagining something different, or, with your family unit, right? Maybe you're dreaming about your dream home, right? So this is that energy on if there's issues within any of those areas, or if you don't have what it is that you really want, what you're dreaming about. Queen of Swords. What can you do to make it happen? What decisions do you need to make? What changes do you need to make, right? Really listen to your intuition. Find the information that you need to find, have the conversations that you need to have, and you will find that things do shift for you in a very big way. All right. But I do feel that some of you, there is very much a focus on family, on a home at this time. You may also be really trying to figure out how to stretch your dollar a little bit, but the Ten of Pentacles is a really positive sign here that you can rely on your family, or you might be able to resolve some issues within your family. You could have something that is being passed down to you in some way. Now, sometimes our family does give us advice. We don't always want to hear it. And it's not necessarily that they're being meddlesome, right? It's just that they're just passing along some wisdom, or some talents, or, maybe the little bit of advice that we don't always want to listen to, right? So even if someone is, passing on those pearls of wisdom, you decide, Seven of Cups, what's real, what's not, what works for you, and what is, potentially going to derail you from following your dreams. So certainly some very interesting kind of energy that is coming in there, but I do feel like if you make the right decision, if you get out of your comfort zone, and if you recognize your true ability to live your life the way you dreamed it, right, the way you fantasized about it, the world is your oyster. Ten of Pentacles, right? Abundance is yours. But what do you need to do to get there? A little bit different for everybody. But let's grab some doors for you guys. We're going to see what divine doors are opening for you guys. And we've got our first one, our second one, and our third door. So our first door, is that upside down? Nope, there we go. Our first door, patience. Everything soon will come to light, and then you will see things will be all right. Beautiful. Our next door, the Odyssey. Take in the beauty of country lands and botany. Explore the wonder like a gypsy traveler's odyssey. Get out there and travel and have some fun, people. Here's our next door, Jude's Song. A reminder for even the most hopeless of lost cases. You can find peace within the strangest of places. With all that, I'm going to leave that there for you guys. Hope there was something here for you. If so, please do like, share, subscribe. I thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Bye.